Alright, so we're in the canning room, and while the water's heating, I figured I would give you a rundown of what we got, where it stands, what it does, why it's the way it is. So we'll start with cans. Here's the cans we're going to fill today. I use just a normal baking tray. It seems to work well. What I'm going to do is when that water gets all ready to go, I'm going to bring these all over there. I'm going to dunk sanitize them. Try and do that the least splashy way. And then I'll bring them back over here and I'll set them in place over here, right where this is right now. And then basically this is going to go from left to right. And then once they're seamed, they'll go down, get a dunk in this sanitizer, which is just normal. It's just to clean off the can, any excess beer that flows over the can. Then they'll just sit on the fridge until we're ready to go. But, so we have our CO2 tank. One of the biggest things with the canning is, since we can't really pull a vacuum or do a counter pressure fill, I didn't have any success with that. Basically, we want the CO2 to quote unquote breathe into the can. A real low pressure in the bottom of the can, to not super disturb and push the CO2 right out the top, but to gradually slowly fill and then push out. I'm going to use a 10 count to do this purge. And then what we're going to do is, what we're looking for, and why I actually have this glass here, because it mimics a can really well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and my bottle filler to get the proper fill rate and head. You want about a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch head to come up while you're filling. That head is going to expel any oxygen as well. And when you place the lid on, you want the foam over the can so the lid kind of rests higher. You come in, you push it down, and then it'll go right to the seamer. But that I use this glass to visually get the fill right, get the flow right, and do that kind of stuff. So it seems to work really well. I can see my flow rates, I can see my foam, and it mimics a can really well. I am using the Last Straw from Northern Brewer. I don't know if I love it or hate it yet. Right now it's all right. If I could change anything, it would be the CO2 port. I would really like it lower. I mean, the CO2 is going to down pressurize and kind of expand and fill, but I'd really like, I get why it's designed the way it is, but I'd really like a filler real close to the bottom, but we'll see if we can make it work. I have the beer at 31 degrees in the lager chamber. I have it carbed a little bit higher to about 2.6 vols. I'm looking for about 2.4 in the can. So the cold fill with the pressure, it's going to lose a little bit of carbonation. In my tests, I found maybe 1, maybe 2.2 vols of carb there. Basically, I'm going to fill the can in here as an overflow. Once the can gets filled, then a lid gets placed on, which will be right here, and then it'll get seamed and dunked like I said. So while that's doing that, while the water's heating, this was just an overview. Like I said, real low pressure in the bottom of the can, and hopefully we can make something of it.